Whoa, 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 what is going on, Tesla? Why? I don't know how I feel about this, but Refinitiv just reported across the tape just moments ago, Trump transition team plans to kill $7,500 consumer tax credit for electric vehicles. Tesla representatives support ending the EV subsidies. This is not good. I actually don't love that. Now, I know the argument for the Tesla community. The Tesla community argument, and I respect it, is, hey, you know what? This is actually a good thing because what'll happen is you crush the competition. But the reality is the competition's already in the frickin' toilet. I mean, Volkswagen threw a YOLO $800 million over at Rivian. Ain't gonna do a lot of good, in my opinion. That's that. Then on the other side, you've got Lucid. They're not really competition. Ford and GM, they're reducing their production of electric vehicles. Other manufacturers making electric vehicles in America, the Porsche Taycan, who cares? You know, the other EVs, they're no competition. Toyota's focusing on hybrids, and they're great and high quality, but let's be real. Tesla dominates. I take delivery of my Cybertruck. Well, it's supposed to be 4 days ago, and then it was supposed to be yesterday, but they keep getting delayed in transit. Who knows? Maybe people are like rushing to buy Teslas before the end of the year. Although the Cybertruck doesn't get the $7,500, which is lame. Hey, you know, this could actually be a really good boost for Q4 sales. Like, hurry up and get your $7,500 tax credit. Sale ends soon. You know, it's like coupon expiring below. Get your Black Friday Tesla. You know, so like in the short term, that's actually kind of bullish. But I don't really resonate with this idea that, oh, you're definitely going to, and we'll do some numbers here and valuations in just a moment, but I don't actually resonate with the idea that killing the $7,500 tax credit is a good thing for Tesla. I don't think it's a good thing at all for Tesla. Now, we'll explain some numbers and what I think the actual impact of this is going to be, since this is just now breaking news. But something that I wanted to also mention, just because I think it's like free value for you and really, really good, is this morning I actually sent an alert totally for free about Tesla stock. And what I said was, I'll actually just quote it for you. It's right here. This is what it is. I wrote, Tesla 318.62 is in play today and must hold to avoid a bleed to $300. If you want to get this sort of morning briefing, we call it the Alpha Report, you could sign up for it totally for free at meetkevin.com/alpha. You could click the little yellow button here. If you're in the US or Canada, you'll get a text and an email with your Alpha Report, which I think is very valuable. And what's really remarkable is if you look at Tesla opened, ran to 329, and then basically consolidated right at my 318.62 line. And even with this news that just came out here just moments ago, Tesla's still holding that 318.62 line roughly. I hope it does into the close. But with that said, let's now understand some implications of this cut, basically, this EV tax cut. So the first thing is what I think we ought to do is look at, let's say, the typical cost of a Model Y, which I think is your best purchase for a Tesla. I also want to announce that I've had, I almost never pitch my Tesla referral link, but in the last 6 months, actually probably more like the last 3 months, I've had more Tesla signups through my referral link that I don't pitch anyway than in I feel like the year or two before that. So I've definitely seen a lot more of these moves here. But I guess you get $1,000 off a new Tesla. It's tesla.com/referral/Kevin5689. I also have a shortcut. It's MET. So Met Kevin, MET Kevin.com/Tesla. Not Meet Kevin, just Met Kevin. I know that confuses people too. But anyway. So let's understand this. If I go into order this now, the Teslas now, Tesla Kevin referral applied. Oh, for a Model Y. Oh, that's cool. All right, whatever. So referral applied. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, but anyway, so cash. So I'm going to remove incentives, and I'm just going to go with the entry level. Bro, no dude's going to buy the entry level one. It's got good range, though. Honestly, I know it doesn't have the speed, but dude, that range boost, Okay. Just get the range boost one. It's at 337 versus 377. I honestly, I mean, I don't know. I like fast. I'd probably charge it more. I'd probably get the fast one. I mean, I'm getting the Cyber Beast, okay? So as I usually like to say, do as I say, not as I do. Don't do what I do. Do the opposite. But you have to know what my ideas are. This is why you got to sign up for the Alpha Report. It's free. And then you can do the opposite. I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want. Just try to share you value and perspective. But anyway, get the long range. It's $45,000, right? FSD is going to cost you $8K. Most people are going to want to get the FSD. The problem with this is now you're at a $52,500 car. $52,500 minus the $7,500 tax credit puts you at about $45,000. Let's go compare now to a RAV4 Toyota. And I think, honestly, this is going to push the used inventory a lot. Because you look at a used RAV4, you're running somewhere around $28,000. Somewhere around there, 28 to 32-ish. Let's go to Tesla Model Y used. Let's just quickly see what we're getting here. Yeah, see, these are very similar to the used RAV4 prices. I mean, plenty of inventory here. 15,000 miles, that's nothing. And a new RAV4 starting at 28K? Oh, wow, I didn't know they were that inexpensive. Hold on a sec. So what's the most expensive? I hate all these options. Good Lord. 40,000 is the most expensive hybrid RAV4. Now, obviously, it doesn't have FSD, and so we'd really have to do this without FSD at this point. 44. Yeah, you're basically par with the highest-end RAV4 now. Actually, the highest-end RAV4 is now a little less expensive, whereas previously, that tax credit would bring you down. So now you could get... You know, I mean, what are the emissions on this? Or not emissions. What's the MPG on this? Miles per gallon. This gets about 41 as a hybrid. That's actually pretty good for an SUV, right? So you are going to get... You're basically, what you're doing is you're making it harder to transition people to electric vehicles, especially people with range anxiety, which are going to be a lot of people. So I do find this a little bit unfortunate that now the RAV4 is actually more price, how should I say, aggressive than the lowest end Model Y without FSD. I still think you're better off getting used, and I think one of the implications of this is you're going to either see a loss of sales to other vehicle manufacturers, or you're going to see a loss of sales to used vehicles. This could be a boon for the used vehicle market, though. I'll give it that. And now, what about the valuation of Tesla? I think that's probably kind of important, too. So let's consider for a moment the valuation. All right. So revenue per vehicle. This is very important for Tesla, because what we did in the last analysis for Tesla is we actually boosted our energy section over here to $26 billion. I'm going to put a little note here on the right. Let's get rid of these. These are all old tables. So let's put a note on the right. We'll put a comment. And I prefer to just honestly insert. There we go. That's what I like it when they do these little post-it note thingies. All right. So 18 bill is Kevin's estimate for energy 2026. 26 bill is Bloomberg Intelligence. IRA credit limits could reduce both of these, though I am very bullish solar and batteries at good valuations like Enphase, though there is more downside possible for Enf. Okay. We did a huge analysis, by the way, this morning in the course member live stream on Enphase. I think we spent like 40 minutes doing discounted cash flow and future valuations, coming up with price targets and all of that. Remember, when you're a course member, you get lifetime access. That's over at meetkevin.com. And so anytime we do a course member live stream, you get those all the time. But anyway, my opinion, and keep in mind, Tesla gets not only, like, the consumer gets a credit, but also Tesla gets a manufacturing credit through the Inflation Reduction Act for both solar and vehicles. So it's very important. So the ZEV credits, right? ZEV credits are about 1,800 a vehicle. Let's assume those stay for now, since it's U.S. manufacturing, right? Losing $7,500 of a tax credit probably, honestly, this was probably something that benefited the consumer to about, I would say, 75%. So it's probably about a 75% hit to Tesla in terms of how much they have to reduce pricing. Hits Tesla by 75%, so $5,625 in price reductions necessary to offset, basically, right? To offset. Okay, well, there are a few ways you could do this. If I'm Tesla, what I would do, I would just drop the price of FSD to 3K and keep vehicle pricing the same, and keep doing financing incentives. I think those sell more cars than just dropping the price of the vehicles. However, that is going to reduce margin. We'll hit margin. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave average vehicle selling price. No, you know what? Let's go ahead and give half. Let's reduce the average vehicle selling price in half, just because you might get some downshift to the 3 versus the Y. So we'll put a little bit of a downshift here. And then we're going to do about a $3,000 downshift in margin, which right now your margin is on a $40,000 vehicle, it's about 18%. I'm going to take, oh gosh, $3,000. This takes off a lot. You can't take that all off the margin. That would, it just wouldn't, it would have the margin. No way. Yeah, well, hold on. Let's logic this out, because, you know, that's actually concerning. You're better off taking it off the top than you are taking it off the bottom line. That's interesting. Let's logic this for a moment together, okay? So, if lack of credit means Tesla has to, I mean, I don't know how much it really matters, because it's the same money, top or bottom line, right? If lack of credit means Tesla has to absorb, and this is my estimate, it could be less, absorb $5,625 of pain, basically, then either average selling price down or margin down. Margin probably goes down because of the ZEV-REV, zero emission vehicle tax credit on manufacturing. We're assuming stays at this point, worth $1,800. So that's the bottom line portion. And your margin on the vehicles right now at 18% at $40,000 is $7,200. 18% margin is about $7,200 per vehicle. So tax credit contributes 1,800 divided by 7,200. What is that? 18 divided by 72 is 12, about 12% of margin. Without credit, closer to, if I take that out, closer to about 16% margin. Okay, that's without the manufacturing credit. But if I have to absorb the entire $5,600 at the top line, it's possible. Let's assume then 5,625 is a top line problem. Okay. Then, unfortunately, we're going to do this. We're going to leave margin at 18%. We're going to take $5,625 literally off the top line. Let's see what that does. First, just so you know what baseline is, baseline valuation I have right now at 50 for a manufacturing company is $272. It's at about 318 right now, like we talked about in the Meet Kevin Alpha report, which means you do have downside, unfortunately, right now based on where the pricing is. But let's go to, now we're going to reduce this. Let's see here. We're going to reduce this. 40. Ah, yeah, okay. We already did that. Plus 40,000. There we go. 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, you could see this either in Model 3 moves or in, you know, people going from basically Model Ys to Model 3s, or just, you know, they sell fewer cars until they hit this price. So if I go down to 34.3, this is vehicle deflation. It could happen. That reduces our stock price by, is that about $30? Yeah, about $28. Right, 272 minus 244, $28. So let's leave a comment here. Reducing from, let's go with 40K ASP to 34, whatever we said, 375 equals $28 of share price redux. So it's not horrible, but this is what you would probably see in order to maintain growth. This is to maintain growth, not to grow more. So it does slow vehicle adoption down a bit. That's not ideal. Now, this is with the Bloomberg estimate on energy, and this assumes that margin stays 18%. Let's now go, $28 hit. $28 hit to price assumes minus 5625 for $7,500 loss. Goes to Tesla off top, but keeps margin at 18%. If we lose ZEV credits, we go to 16% margin. 16% margin. Now, margin is usually where it hurts. We're going to go from 244 to 220. That would take another $24 off. That's another $24 off stock price. So, to me, we have not heard that we're going to lose the ZEV credits, so I'm just going to leave that for right now. To me, you're probably, you want to be sub, I mean, if it's $200, that's a nice return over a couple of years, 10% each. Absent, obviously, a recession. If you have a recession, you do have some problems. Now, previously, I've been of the impression, or mindset rather, that, Tesla would potentially, how should I say it, be recession resilient. And I want to talk about that recession resilience a little bit. Recession resilience works when your customers are resilient in recession. In 2022, I thought Tesla was recession resilient because of the extra savings, 25 to 55-year-old dudes had and higher net worth. Today, that same group, that cohort, which obviously I'm a part of, right? They are, unfortunately, are more at risk of AI-related layoffs and consolidations in corporate expenses and wage deflation. This hurts the ability or desire to spend on butter. Vehicles for butter, right? Vehicle expenses. This is why this morning Fed Barkin said if market corrects, higher net worth individuals may spend less, and they are the ones propping up spending right now, making the economy look strong. See, these are problematic things. So Not good. Not good. But I know Elon's pitching the idea that this is not a big deal for Tesla. And I know you don't want a RAV4 compared to a Tesla. Because otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video this long. But we are not everyone. You know, that's something I think it's often easy to forget when we're looking at stocks, is we just think of the world really around us as being exactly like us. But I don't believe that. And I really, really implore that Tesla must maintain 318. Otherwise, like I said, I mean, I'll show you what we wrote on that alpha report this morning in terms of what the price trajectory is if we do lose that level. And again, I'm not suggesting that we will. I'm not trying to be a bear here. But take a look at this. I am a bear. I don't want to be a bear. I cannot wait to stop being a bear. I hate being a bear. I feel like I just want to be honest, but I feel like a bear. I don't want to be a bear. I'd rather, be at $400 and be in it with you and be like, yeah, we're going to the moon. But anyway, I said if we lose, okay, so I said 318 is in play today and must hold to avoid a bleed to 300. Yesterday, the stock ran up 4.5% at open and was sold down to less than 70 BP of gains on the day. This is a sign of profit taking, in my opinion. See how coin puked off 320? The same thing can happen to Tesla with coin under 300, psychological line, and 244 is back in play. But Kevin, QQQ is at all-time highs. Yes, Tesla's 4.1% weight in the NASDAQ contributed 13 points alone to QQQ. And I do the math for you. So literally, Tesla propped QQQ from 500 to 513 single-handedly. If Tesla retraces, the Qs lose 500. That will psychologically scream market peaked, and one stock can do that. Tesla volatility in July Tesla volatility is at July highs. So if we don't hold 318, we're going to bleed to 300. Probably like 295 to 300 in that range. So I guess we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Remember, meetkevin.com/alpha to get your free alpha report. Meetkevin.com/alpha. And I'll link the Tesla referral code down below if you want to get a Tesla before the EV tax credit expires. Thanks so much. Bye.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.